In this video, we are going to talk about page reports. Let's get started. Page reports can give us some high-level information on pages and data associated with the result of loading those pages, rendering them in a browser. So we can find answers to questions relating to how real people might be experiencing our website. Things like status codes, page performance metrics like largest contentful paint. So we're going to go over three tips kind of around those. The first being page inventory. This is to help answer the question, what pages are on my site? You might partly be using ObservePoint to answer that question of what pages, what URLs are on my website. Using an audit, we can have this crawling behavior that grabs as many unique pages as possible, and then our report displays them here for us to observe. We also distinguish between initial and final URL, where if there's a redirect, those might be different. Moving on to the next tip, 404 pages and page performance. So we have a couple different ways we can do this. The easiest way for 404 pages is to use the templated broken pages 404s report. Which, if you have any 404 pages, which we do not in this example, they would all show up here. And then for page performance, there is the page performance and health report, where we provide Google Web Vitals data, which can affect SEO, as well as, of course, site visitor experience. And so we might take a metric like largest contentful paint. We might look at percentile 75. And now this is looking at all runs of the audits where they scanned each of these pages. If we want, we can drill into what the most recent result was. But if we want the aggregate percentile 75 result, we can do that. And then we can sort by pages or whatever metric we're using that were the quote unquote worst offenders, the slowest loading pages. And then we can start remediation from here. The last tip that I'll mention is pages that have not been recently scanned. This is a templated report that will help us to find where we might have blind spots, pages that haven't been scanned within a certain time frame. And so we might say 2 days just to demonstrate that we now have pages that were scanned longer than 2 days ago. So hopefully you found these tips helpful. If you enjoyed this content, you can find other videos on our YouTube channel. And if you have any additional questions, please reach out to our team.